Hi everyone, Salesforce Consulting and Admin Training Day 12. We'll quickly go through the previous session overview and we'll talk about other services and we'll talk about the service resources. We'll talk about the work type. We'll talk about the work order. These are the different objects in the FSL. As part of the FSL, these are the different objects. And we'll talk about the service appointment and we'll talk about, then we'll start the administration. We'll start the admin part. And what is the support admin? What are the different issues, clarifications that we have? Then we'll have a quiz, homework, and today's interview questions. Quickly, what did we learn yesterday?
Service cloud
Contract.
solution.
Put the contract order
Order.
and sales flows.
We have seen the complete sales cycle. In the yesterday, we have seen the contract and creating a orders, how to link the contract and order. And what should happen with the invoice, what should happen with the payment, billing, everything we have seen. What is the other application that we have to use it in order to use a complete billing, if we want to implement, what is the different application that we have to use it, everything we have seen. Today we will see, yesterday we also seen the service cloud. In the service cloud, we have seen the cases and solution object. We have seen the cases and solution object. Apart from the cases and solution, services also has a service contract, service resource group, service area, service appointment, work order, work type, and few more also there. But these are the major: service contract, service resource group, service area, service appointment, work order, work type. This is also of these objects also available in the services, but these objects are as part of the field service lightning. Field service lightning. So if you take a normal service cloud is talks about the case and solution. It does not talk about the work order, work type, service appointment. It does not talk most of the projects. Okay, whenever any company is using the field service lightning. Now, first of all, here, what is the field service lightning? What is the field service? What is the field service? This is another app. This is the another app, so which Salesforce has provided. This is the another one which Salesforce has provided. So field service lightning. Field service lightning. Now divide this. First one is a field, and second one is a service, and the third one is a lightning. Now combine this field service. Lightning means, lightning application. Lightning application. Now what is the field service lightning here? Field is nothing but the person going to the place. Field is nothing but a place. Field is nothing but place. Service is nothing but repairing. So whoever the person is going to the place and doing the service of that particular product is called field service lightning. It could be a repair, or it could be a research, it could be a investigate, right? Investigate, or it could be a inspection. In US, we have something called inspection. That means you are inspecting something by going to that particular place. So it could be anything. So the person, whoever is going to the place, goes to the field. So that field, whenever the person goes to the field, is called field service lightning. That means person is going to that particular field and researching it, investigating it, or inspecting the place. Inspecting the place is called field service lightning. So in single word, why they have introduced, why Salesforce has introduced the field service lightning is, the reason is right now these objects also available in the Salesforce. Whatever the object that I have discussed right now, these objects also available in the Salesforce. But why did the Salesforce has introduced the field service lightning? Because right now the objects are there, but it is not connected. It is not completely a workforce. So basically Salesforce is introduced. The reason for it is Salesforce product that connects the customer directly, customers through the workforce and the product on a single platform and products on a single platform. To deliver the on-site service. That means field level service, on-site service. So field level service is nothing but where there should be a platform. There should be some single platform where the customers directly connect to the each and every object and they can know that what is happening from the beginning to the till the end of the service. What is happening to connect everything? What they are doing is they are provided the field service lightning. Now, as part of the field service lightning, they have combined this service contract, service resource. They have combined the service contract, service resource group, service area, service appointment, work order, work type. These are the few objects which are also included in the as part of the FSL. Now let's understand what is the each object. Now out of this, the main object I'm going to explain it here. That means as part of the FSL, what we will be doing it, I'll be explaining the functionality wise. Okay. Now before explaining the functionality wise, let's understand the object. The first one is a service resource. What is the service resource? What is service resource? Service resource is nothing but a service resources could be an individual user or a group of users who have a skills to do certain type of a work. Now, simple example. Now you have a simple example. You are planning to buy air conditioning, which is a AC. You are planning to buy air conditioner or a refrigerator, whatever it is. So while buying it, you will see different people who are sitting there. You will see different people who are selling the fridge, right? There are different people who are selling the fridge. Now, these people is dedicated to sell the fridge only. They cannot repair it. So this team is only for selling it. And there is another team who is only for service. And there is another team is there who is just deliver the product. And there is another team in case if there is any problem within the fridge. If there is any problem within the fridge, they will try to exchange it. That means you have different groups. All the different groups of work is different. Now you have 3 groups here. Now these three groups are different. One is who is selling it, selling the sale. They are doing the sale. And another group is delivering the product. Another group is to do the service. To do the service. And another group is whenever customer is not satisfied, the group is going to discuss with the customers. So this is something called as a admin team. Admin team. Right? So this is the admin team. And there is another group which is a manager group. There is another group that is a manager group. We have another team here, which is a manager group. So like this, you have in any product, you buy any product, every product has everything has a different groups are there. Now, why we have created this group? Because we know that this type of people only do the selling. Type of work is selling it. Type of work is sale. And this group type of work is only delivering it. This type of group is only to do the service. And in that service also, we have a different type of teams will be there for the services. Now, if you have a service, that means cleaning. If it is just for the cleaning, if it is just for the cleaning team is a different. AC cleaning team is a different. Now that cleaning team, now this service team, they will not clean it. They will just repair it. Now, if you want a cleaning, the cleaning team is a different. AC cleaning team is a different will be there. Now this group activity is only cleaning. Now, if you observe this for single product, here I have a single product. For this single product, we have so many members are dependent on this product. So many members are dependent on this product. That means based on the skills, I'll be dividing the group. Now, if I'm going to recruit a new person, now I'll ask what is the skills that you have. If the person will say that I can just clean it, then in that case, what I'll do, okay, your part is cleaning. So I'll put you into the cleaning part. So I'll put into the cleaning part. So like that, based on the skills or based on the type of work, right? So we will divide the resources. Resource is nothing but a member. Now here I have a member. So this is a member, right? Member, user. This is the member or a user. In Salesforce terminology, we call it as a resource. In Salesforce terminology, we call it as a resource. So the resources will be divided. Resource could be an individual user. Resource could be a group of user based on their skills, what type of work they will do it. Then we will divide that and create a separate service resource. Separate service resource. Now, service resource is nothing but service resources are individual users or a group of users who have a skills to do certain type of a work. For example, technical resources, technical resource, dispatcher resource, agent resource. So in Salesforce, we have this kind of a resources, technical resource, dispatcher resource, agent resource, different type of resources are there. So based on this different type of resources, we will create a service resource. So whenever I'm creating a service resource, I'll be deciding what type of a resource it is and what are the skills that we have. That means whenever we are creating a service resource, this service resource has to link with the skills, capacity, and absence. Skills is what type of a skills that person has. Capacity is how much capacity is available with this resource. How much capacity is available with this resource. So capacity is nothing but, now there is a one call which came, assume that in Madhapur, I have received 10 calls only from Madhapur. Only for Madhapur, we have received 10 calls. We have received 10 calls. And this 10 calls is all of them are for the AC cleaning. AC cleaning. Now everybody says that AC cleaning. Now whenever they say AC cleaning here, right? So now in the cleaning, I have a 4 members. In the cleaning, I have a 4 members. So whenever I have a 4 members, now can the 4 members allocate to here? I cannot allocate. I cannot allocate the members. So first person, so in the Madhapur also, I'll divide street wise. I'll divide street wise. Street. For every street, I'll see that who is the person nearby it. Who is the person nearby to that street. Now I allocate that person. I allocate that person. For example, resource 1 is available. Resource 1 is available near to that street. Resource 1 is available near to that resource. Now I'll allocate that person. Immediately I got to assume that in that street I have a 3 AC cleanings are available. Now when the resource is already in the street, I received one more call from the same street saying that another AC cleaning, it's a bit urgent. Now I'll call this person, I'll call this resource. I'll call this resource, this person. Now, are you available today to do another AC cleaning? Now, we need to check what is the capacity of that person. What is the capacity of that person? Now, whether that person capacity is available or not. If the person says that now each AC cleaning is going to take 3 hours. Each AC cleaning is taking to 3 hours. Now 3, total 9 hours. So there is no capacity for this. Now if the person says that no, for each AC cleaning, it's a 2 hours of time. 2 hours of time. Now here, in this case, I have a 1 hour available, right? 4, 6, 7, right? So total here, 6 hours. Total 6 hours, the resource is working. Now total 6 hours, resource is working. 2 more hours are left. 2 more hours are left. If the person is ready to do, then I'll assign another AC cleaning to this resource. So that is the capacity. What capacity the person can do it. What capacity the person can do it. And the next one is the absence. Next one is absence. Absent is nothing but whether person is on leave today or not. If the person is taking the leave today, then we will be updating some records into the Salesforce. That means in the Salesforce, we have an object to know that the resource, when the resource is not available, and how long the person is not available, how long the resource is not available. Those all will be linked to the service resource. Those all linked to the service resource. So let's go ahead and create a one service resource. Click on this app launcher. And here you have a service resource. Just search it, service resources. Now service resources is this one. Now by default, it will be blank. Now let's go ahead and create a new one. Now here service resource. So service resources, name of it is, let's assume that we have a lightning in Salesforce also. Similar to the here, like a cleaning and sale service team, admin team. Similarly, Salesforce also. Similarly, in the Salesforce also, in Salesforce, we have a different teams. Whenever you start working on a Salesforce, you will observe that in the Salesforce, we have a different teams dedicated to the work. Different teams dedicated to the work. So in Salesforce, few members who are really experts into the lightning, few members who are experts into the LWC, few members who are expert into the Apex, few members who are expert into the lightning flows. Just a second. Salesforce has a different teams, Lightning team, LWC team, Apex team, Lightning Flows team. So few members who are really expert into these subjects. So we have a different teams who are dedicated to the only LWC, who are dedicated to the UI. Especially for the UI, we have a teams. They are only works on the UI. And then we have a CSS team, design team. There is a design team who are dedicated for the design. And they are expert into the only the design. Like this in Salesforce also, we have a different teams. In the project also, we have a different teams. Like QA, only they are expert in the testing it. They are expert in the testing similar to the client, same as a client. So for example, here I'll say that Lightning expert. Lightning expert. Now, who is the resource? Resource should be. Now, whoever is the resource is there. So this resource has to have a Salesforce access. This resource has to have a Salesforce access. That means whoever the teams are available, could be a Lightning expert, LWC, Apex. Now, these are the teams which are available. But for these teams, now these teams should have a Salesforce access, right? This team should have a Salesforce access. That means Salesforce org access should be there. Salesforce org access should be there. Then only they can start working on it. Right? So that means if I have a like LWC experts are there, there are 3 members are there. There are 3 members are experts. For these 3 members, I need to give a Salesforce org access to that means I need to create a credentials for them. I need to create a credentials for them. User 1 credential, user 2 credentials, user 3 credentials. So like this, I need to create their credentials in the Salesforce so that they will be able to access the Salesforce. Similarly, in the real time, whenever we are creating a service resource, whoever is the service resource is there, that person has to have a user into the Salesforce. For example, right now I'm creating as a April batch. Right now, I'm creating as a April batch. So assume that this is the user. Now resource type. Now we have a different resources. Technician, dispatcher, crew, agent, assert, planner. Now we have a different type of resource type. Technical resource, dispatcher resource, crew resource, agent resource, asset resource, planner resource. So technical, I'm selecting it. Now I'll say that description is Lightning experts. Lightning expert. Now activate it. So I'll activate it. Now one service resource I have created. One service resource I have created. As soon as the service resource is created, it has a detail and related list. 2 tabs are available. Detail tab is going to give me the information and system information. The information is just about the service resource information. Go to the related list. In the related list, if you observe here, we have a skills, right? We have a skills which is linked to it. Now here, you can assign a skills or you can create a skills. You can assign the skills or you can create a skills. Now, for example, if you want to assign a skills, now click on this assign a skills. But before assigning the skills, you need to create a skills. Now here you have an option to create a new. Click on new. So here the skills option is available. But do we have any skills here? There is no skills are there. There is no skills. Now what we have to do is in order to create a skills, click on the setup. Click on setup. So here is the one, click on this setup and you have a home. You have a home here. In the home, just type and search skills. Just search here skills. Now click on these skills. The skills are available within the Salesforce scheduler. Set up and search for a skills. Search for skills. Now you will see here one option is available skills. Click on a new. Now I'm creating the skills here. So skills are like a lightning or LWC. Let's create a lightning. And then available users, you can search any users, click on in search. Now we do not have any users right now. We do not have any users right now. So I'll just keep it as a blank. If you want to assign a profile, for example, I wanted to assign a system admin. You can assign it to the system admin. Now click on a save. Click on save. Now I created the one skill. Now let's click on this here. Now I created the skills lightning. You can click on it. Again, one more skills, which is a LWC. And here I'm assigning to the system administrator. Now click on save. Once the skills are created, just refresh this. Now click on here. You have an option here also, assign skills. On the service resource, the buttons are available here, assign skills. Assign the skills. Either you can do it from here or else you can directly create a new skills. Now, for example, you are creating a new skills. Right now it is displaying the lightning and LWC. I'll click on it, lightning, and skills level is expert, which is a 3, and start date is today, and end time is today, and end date is, let's assume that 1 year. 1 year. Click on save. Now the skills are attached. That means this particular resource, who is the resource here? April batch. So this particular resource is having a exports into the lightning. Now you will see here few more other objects which are available. The next one you see here, service territories. Now, what is the service territories here? What is the service territory? That is also FSL object. That is also as part of the FSL object. Now here, what is service territory? What is service territory? Now, service territory is nothing but, let's assume that we have a different right. Territory is nothing but area. Territory is nothing but area. Territory is nothing but area. So let's assume that we have a different teams. Assume that Salesforce org is used by the multiple Salesforce users are, Salesforce is used by the different teams, different everywhere the Salesforce org can be used. That means assume that we have a Salesforce org here. Salesforce org is which is available. This Salesforce org is used by the US team. The Salesforce org is used by the US team and India team. And then assume that Dubai team. So we have a different places we have. Now in US, one person is facing an issue on the Salesforce login issue. Salesforce login issue, they are facing it in the US. And in India, the person is facing an issue on FSL. And in Dubai, the person is facing an issue on CPQ. So we have a different places. We have a different places. In these different places, everybody is having a different issue. Everybody is having a different issue. Now, when they contact a Salesforce, Salesforce has a helpline. Salesforce has helpline. So whenever the person is contact, the US team will contact a Salesforce saying that I have a issue in login. And similarly, India person will call the helpline and saying that I have a problem in the FSL. Dubai person will say that I have a problem in CPQ. Now everybody has a different issues. That is a different topic. But as soon as they call the helpline, right? So what the helpline team will do is they will capture the data from the users. Now about the problems, they capture the problem. So the problem here, they will capture all the details and they will create a different cases. Case 1 is for the US. So this is for the US team, and case 2 is for India team, and case 3 is for Dubai. Like this, they will be creating the different cases will be created. Now these cases will go to the service team. These cases will be assigned to the service team. Now here we have a service team who is working on this service team. Now the service team will look at these cases. The service team look at the cases. When they look at the cases, the first thing they will try to see is the service location. The first thing they see is location and the skills, right? These are the main thing they will look at it. So location is which area, location or area, and then skills, and also whether the person is available or not, absent or not, person is available or not. So three things which they are going to verify: location, area, skills, whether the person is absent or not, whether the person is on leave or he is working or not. Now, these things they are going to cross verify. Now, based on the area, based on the location, they will assign the resource to that particular issue to resolve. So resource 1 is assigned to the US team, and similarly for the India, they will assign the resource who are sitting into the India. Similarly, they will assign the resource who are sitting nearby Dubai. So with the same time zone, also they will look at the time zone, location, time zone also. So based on these details, they will assign the resource to that particular user or that particular case, so that it will be comfortable for the resource as well as the whoever is raised it. Now, whoever is raised it, the person need not to stay very late night in order to contact the service team. If I assign a India resource to US team, what they will do, they need to sit overnight in order to talk to the resource too. Now that is, I'm wasting his time as well as the resource too as well. Right? If the US member says that I do not want to work with the resource too overnight, now this person will say that that's okay, I'll wake up overnight and I can help you. That means this person is also struggling. Both the parties are struggling it. Now we do not want to waste that kind of a time for each resources, but both the parties should be happy. So that's the reason we are assigning the based on the location, based on the area, based on the skills, and whether the person is on leave or not, and the time zone, everything we are checking here. Then we are assigning the person to this particular case, so that this resource will be calling to this person asking that I have received this particular case. So I saw that this is the issue that you are facing it. Can you give more clarity on, in-depth clarity on what is the issue, or can you show me the exact steps how you are doing it, so that this team can with the same time zone, he can work with the resource 1. So how this is happening here? This is happening through the service territory. One of the option is called service territory. So service territory is nothing but, now here service territory. Service territory. Now service territories are defines the specifically where, defines the where team can perform the work. Team can perform the work. Perform the work, which is nothing but geographic territories. Geographic territories. As soon as we say where the team can perform the work, that means geographically team, it comes into the mind geographic territories. That means as the location is the fundamental here. So based on the location factor, that means location is a fundamental factor. Fundamental factor in delivering the service. In delivering the service. Or you can say that in delivering the efficient service. That means where the other person is happy, this person is happy. The efficient service based on the location factor, wherever the team is available, where the team can perform the work, is called service territory. Now, if you click on a service territory here, click on new service territory. Now here it is asking the service territory member. Now here it is option is coming as a plus button. What I am doing here, I am into the service resource. In the service resource, I have another object is called service territories. Service territories. I clicked on it, new service territories. Now here, if you click on the service territory, you have an option called plus button. So click on a plus, new service territory. Assume that service territory is India FSL. India FSL. If you have any parent territory, you can link to the parent territory. But right now I'm not linking it. Operating hours. Now it has to declare operating hours because every employee has to associate with the operating hours. 9 to 6. 9 to 6. Click on it, save. So this person is working 9 to 6. Now whether this person is active, yes, he is active. If you want any address detail, you can mention the address detail, click on it, save. That means now I have created a service territory and I link that service territory to the service territory member. In this member, I click on this territory type is a primary. That means why we have a primary, secondary relocation is nothing but in case if the primary person is busy. In case if the primary person is busy, who is the secondary person that can look into the issue? Or if the primary person is on leave, who is the secondary person that they can look into it? Relocation. That means is anybody can locate it. For example, in US, we have a different, in India itself. So we have a Vijayawada, Hyderabad is there, right? Now, can the Vijayawada person can relocate to the Hyderabad for some time in order to resolve the issues of the customers. If they are ready to relocation, then we can say that relocate. So these are the different options which are available: service territory type, and click on it. Say now the required field is missing. What is the required field? Start date. So let's suppose start date, this is the one, and end date is end date next year, probably next year, April 17. Click on save. Now I have added the service territory. This is the service territory, and here it is the service territory exports into the. Now this service territory is India, and let's say the territory type primary and start date. And the bottom we have a notes and attachment. Now, is everybody clear about the service resource skills, service territory?
Yes.
Is everybody clear about service resource skills, service territory? This part, it will come as a FSL. This is part of FSL. Parent territory is nothing but, for example, in India itself, you have a multiple places are there. So for example, nearby Hyderabad itself, So this is a one territory. So this territory is Hyderabad territory. This is a Hyderabad. In Hyderabad itself, there is a sub-territories which are available. That means I have a Madhapur, high-tech city, right? And I have a Amirpet. These are the different territories. Now this is Madhapur. And then we have a high-tech city. And then we have Amirpet. Now we have a different places are there. Now I'm creating the service territory of this mother. I'm creating a service territory. For the Madhapur. And whenever I'm creating a Madhapur, I can connect Madhapur to the Hyderabad. So in this case, here it is this is the parent. This is the parent territory, and this is the child territory. Similarly, if I'm creating a service territory of high-tech city, then high-tech city is the child and Hyderabad is the parent. And then similarly, we have a Amirpet. So Amirpet is a child territory and the parent is Hyderabad. That is the concept of, it's kind of a self-lookup. Both are service territory, but in this case, something is a parent, something is a child. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Any other questions offline? Any questions? Okay. So let's move on. Now, next one, which is now service appointment. I'll come to this point later. So the next one is a work type. Next object is a work type. Now, in the work type, a template that enables the quick creation of the work order. A template that enables the quick creation of the work order. Now, in this case, work order is another object. This is mostly used in the FSL. This is another object, work order. So when we are creating the work order is expects the work type. Now you will create a work order if you have a template. Then only you can create a work order. Who will provide this template? Work type is going to provide a template. That means this work type, this will be enable the quick creation of the work order. That means everything is available here. Everything is available in the work type. If you link this work type to the work order, creation of the work order is very quick. Creation of the work order is very quick. Now, in simple term, work type is represents the type of work to be performed in the field service. What type of work do I need to do? What type of work do I need to do? Do I need to do the inspection? Do I need to do the work order like it? Do I need to do the AC cleaning or do I need to do? Just a second. Now, do I need to do the delivering it or service, cleaning, right? Admin. These are the skills. These are the skills. Similarly, as skills, we have a type of work also. We have a type of work. So type of work could be a different. So sometimes what some companies do is they will combine the type of work, but they will place the skills in different skills. Now type of work is a development. Type of work is a development. But within the development, I have an admin team, I have a development team, I have a lightning LWC team. Now here type of work is a development. Type of work is development. But within the development, now we have a skills of admin skills, we have a skills of Apex skills, right? We have a skills of LWC skills. We have a skills of LWC skills. So these are the different skills. Now type of work is defined by the work type. So that means what is the person is going to do once they reach to the place. Once they reach to the place, what kind of a work that they are going to do, it is called as a work type. Now, work types are the templates that can be applied to the work order. This is a template that can be applied to the work order. Example, AC repair, AC cleaner, AC internal repair, and then we have a inspection. Now, these are the different type of work. These are the different type of work. Now, let's go ahead and create a work type. Work type is a template that can be applied to the work order. Without a work type, can I create a work order or not? You can, maybe you can create it. Let's see that. It is mandatory, as far as I know, work type is a mandatory in order to create a work order. But let's go ahead and see this. Is everybody noted down this work type? Work type, a template that enables the quick creation of the work order. Represents a type of work to be performed in a field service. Now, example for the work type is AC repair, AC cleaner, AC internal repair, inspection. Inspection. Now, let's go on. Now, let's go ahead and create a work type. Now, here we have a work type. Work type. Click on this work type. Now, work type, click on a new button. When we click on a new button, here we have a work type name, description, operating hours, estimated duration, duration type, right? What is the time it is blocked before the appointment? What is the time it is blocked before the units? What is the time it is blocked after the appointment? What is the time blocked after the unit? Time frame start unit, time frame end unit. So these are the different options which are available on the work type. So let's say that work type is a FSL issue. FSL issue. Now here operating hours, you can click on that. Now 9 to 6, estimated duration is, let's assume that 6 hours. 6 hours. Now duration type is 6 hours. Block the time before the appointment. Maybe the person is need 1 hour before the appointment, and after the appointment also 1 hour. So minutes is an hour. 1 hour after the appointment, before the appointment. Time frame start and time frame end. No need to specify it. Click on is save. Now what I have done, I have created the work type of a work. Type of work, FSL issues. Could be anything, or if you want to change this as a Salesforce. Let me change this as a Salesforce. So type is here Salesforce. Type is Salesforce. Now you can create another one for the AC. Work type is AC. Now these are the details which we have created, and then if you go to the related list, you have a work type and the skill requirement. What is the skill that required for this person? The skills that is required for this person is a lightning. In order to do the Salesforce issues resolution, lightning is required. Skill level is expert is required. In order to do this type of a work, skills that are required is lightning. And what is the service territory work types? Click on this service territory work types. Now you can choose here service territory, the one which we have created, India FSL. Work type is a Salesforce. Click on save. Now I have linked that. Now again we have a work type group members. Work type group members. That means for the work type, we'll have a different groups. They have a different groups. So you can create a different groups and you can link it. You can link it. This is the work type. This is work type. Now we have done with creating the work type. Now once the work type is done, then we have to do the work order. Then we have to do the work order. Now work order is nothing but any service that has to be given to the end user. Any service that has to be given to the end user is called work order. Any service that we are providing to the end user is called work order. And a request of the service holds the information about the work to be done, when and whom. That means whenever the work order is created, that means work order holds the information. What type of a work? Work order holds the information about the what type of a work that we need to perform it, and where do we need to perform it, and what is the skills that is required for this work order. Everything is available within the work order. And work order is the central object used to track it. Now, work order is used by the resources. Whoever is the technical resources or agents or a dispatcher, whoever the resources are available, the resources can use the work order. Based on the work order, they will know that what type of work needs to be done. What type of work needs to be done. So example, once they reach to that place, they can say that repair of AC or performing the maintenance activities and other type of services required on site visit, like any other services that required. So this is work order is contains everything. So work order is linked to the work type. Work order is linked to the work type. Work type is linked to the skills and the products. Work type is linked to the skills and products. Work order is a central object and work order is connected to the work type. And the work type is connected to the skills and as well as the products. Skills as well as the products. Now let's go ahead and create one work order. So work order is basically, in order to create a work order, I need a work type. Now, in order to create a work order, you need to click on an app launcher, search for a work order. Now here you have a work order. Here you have a work order. Now let's click on the work order and click on new. Now in the work order, status is new, right? Priority is low. You can give it a priority high, critical, medium, whatever is that. Let's assume priority is high. What is the contact person? Contact person, let's suppose David. Okay, what is the account? Account is maybe Dell, let's say that. And what is the case? Now, case is unlinking it. Case is unlinking. Then we have a subject here. Subject is work order is Salesforce issues or AC issues. Let's say Salesforce issues. Click on save. Click on save. Now here, as soon as the work order is created, you will see work order line item, work steps, work plan, work step new, work plan. So these are the files, child work order, service appointment, skills required. Skills, requirement, and the service appointment. So whenever we create a work order, we also have to create a service appointment. Now let me give you clarity here. Let's assume that let's assume you bought a AC. You bought a AC. Now you have a AC at your home. You have AC at your home. And this AC is maybe some repairing is there. Some repair is there. This AC has some issues. Right? AC has issues. If I have to take a real-time scenario, let's take the real-time scenario. For the real-time scenario, example with the US government. Example with US government. We have a US government. US government. For US government, whenever you are building a house, right? So you will be building the house with a 1 BHK or 2 BHK, like that you will be building the house. So whenever you build a house, as per the US government, US government has to give a approval. US government has to give a approval. That means you build house in a proper structure because they have some kind of a regulations, terms and regulations. The government has some terms and conditions or terms and regulations will be there. They have some regulations, government regulations, US government regulations. As per the regulations, you have to build a house. If you miss even single point as per the government, US government, they will reject it. They will reject the house. They will say that you need to reconstruct the house. They will reject this house. They will say that you need to reconstruct it. You need to reconstruct it. So that's the reason whenever we are building a house in US, it has to be approved by the US government. So whenever this needs to be approved by the US government, what are the things that needs to be done? What are the things that needs to be done? Now, first thing, whenever you build a house there, you need to raise a case or you need to raise a case to the government saying that this is the government. Now here it is the government. Now this government is going to ask you certain questions. Assume that government is going to ask you certain questions. This is a US government. You need to register something. You need to register into the you need to register into the US government saying that I am building this house. I am building this house. Now, whenever we register there, register is nothing but ultimately I'm creating a case here. Ultimately, I'm creating a case. Whenever we generate a case, definitely the US government is going to ask certain details. Certain details they are going to ask you that. So what are the details that they are going to ask you? For example, what is the location? What is the location? Now you need to give the location in a sense place. Where did you build the house? Where did you build the house? You need to give the house. Location and address information, right? Address information and when this house owner is available, owner availability, when the house owner available. When the house owner is available and the contact details and the email, everything they will capture. That means here you will have a call center. There is a one call center. That call center is going to ask you the certain details. When are you available? What is your email ID? What is your contact number? And do you have any alternate contact number? What is the location? How far is from the main city? Everything they are going to ask you. Once they are captured the information, then they are going to create a case in the Salesforce. That means they are going to create a case in Salesforce. While creating the case, whatever the data that they have captured, the call center, whatever the data that they have captured. The data captured means, is it an independent house or is it an apartment? Everything. Assume that it is an independent house. It is an independent house. And what is the location, the address, right? And owner contact details. And when the owner is available, everything they will put it into the case. This case is in the Service Cloud. In the Service Cloud, they place all the details into the case. All the details they will raise it to the case. Now here, the first time whenever you are building a house, you are calling the call center or you are registering something in the government, right? So that means you are doing some kind of update in the US government. So whenever this is done, call center is going to call you and get the information. And then finally, call center is going to create a case in Salesforce. Once the case is created, in the Salesforce, we have a group in the Salesforce. That group is service group. We have a service group. This service group, what they are doing here, this service group is, their observation is, whatever the new cases that are coming to the Salesforce, they are going to observe that and monitor what are the cases. Now here service group is going to check the case, and based on the case, they will cross check, is there any existing work type is available? If there is an existing work type, take that work type and create a work order for this case. So they will convert the case to the work order. And within the work order, we have some different objects are available similar to the work order line item. This is as part of the FSL, the flow, whatever I'm explaining it, this is as part of the FSL, field service lightning. Now this is work order line item. Now work order line item, and they will also check the location, and also they will update the skills that are required, right? So who are the resources? Who are the resources that are available for this? Everything they are going to check. The service team is going to verify it here. Now in this case, work order is linked to the case. Linked to the case. Work order is linked to the case. So during this time, everything they are going to check. So skills, location, availability, resource, everything they are going to check. Now, once they are done with the creating of this, then next thing is that they will attach the service territory, service resource, service location, everything they will attach. That means once the work order is created, next step is the service team is going to do is verify the service territory. Is there any service territory available right now for this? Any service territory is available. That means location. In this location, any resource is available. Service, any resource is available. Any resource is available. Now, once the resource is available, now next what they will do is they will book a appointment. Next, they will do book a appointment. They will book a appointment. Once the service territory, everything is done, the next step is book appointment. For whom they are booking the appointment? For resource. For resource, they are booking the appointment. They are booking the appointment. That means they are doing the service appointment here. Service appointment. That means in FSL, whoever is doing the inspection here, whoever is doing the resource, whoever is doing the inspection, that person, if you look at his calendar will be almost full for the day. Almost full for the day. That means 1 to 3, what should this person doing? And morning 9 to 12 o'clock, what this person is doing. And after lunch, 1 to 3, what this person is doing. 3 to 6, what is this person is doing. So everything is, time is booked for the resource. Time is booked for the resource. That means they are going to block the resource calendar. How they are going to block this resource calendar? We have an object called service appointment. We have an object called service appointment. So by using this, now here you have a date. So today the time is, assume that today 9 or 10:30 a.m. on the same day till, assume that 5 p.m. 5 p.m. duration is, let's assume the 6 hours, and you need to keep the street, all those information. Duration is 6 hours. Status is, right now it is scheduled. Subject is, you can give any subject like a Salesforce or inspection. And what is the work type? You can give any work type. So, and the additional information, you can give the additional information when this person should arrive it. When this person should arrive it. It is scheduled for the 10:30, but when this person should be arrived, assume that 11 a.m. Now, when he should complete, schedule start, when he should start it. When he should start it. He should start it, assume he should start at 10 a.m. And similarly, he should reach there by 11 a.m. Arrival window. So when this person should be completed, he should be completed by, assume the 12:30 p.m. Now actual start date is also same. Actual start date of 10 a.m. and actual end date is 11 a.m. When should it complete? 10:30. So when should it start? 11:30. So assume that this is the actual start date and actual. This is the 3 hours. So in 3 hours, the person should be completing the work. And contact information is contact information about the whoever is the person raised a ticket. That means this person, whoever is the person is here, that person, whoever is the raised a ticket, that person is going to provide the phone number and email, the details we will be adding it. Now, what I'm doing here, I'm scheduling the person calendar. I'm scheduling the person calendar. Now, how can I verify the calendar? You cannot verify the calendar in the developer edition. You cannot verify the calendar in the developer edition. You cannot verify the person calendar here in the service. You need to check in the FSL. So the calendar here, it is available right now. If you go to the calendar, it seems like this, right? So my event. So if you look at this, my event, it does not show you like this. This is a normal calendar, but in FSL, we'll have a separate calendar, right? We have a separate calendar. That calendar seems like here it will show the list of resources. Here it will show the list of resources, and this side you will have the calendar. So you need to select the resource here. Based on the resource, the calendar will be displayed. So you will have a different resources list will be available here. Different resources list will be available here. So select that particular resource, then it will display the calendar, how they are booked it. Now click on this resource and it will show the different calendar list. So this is how it will display in the FSL. Field service lightning. This is how it will display in the FSL. Now, so once a service appointment is booked, now assume that on the 30th day, it is reached. On the 30th day, it is reached. Now, as soon as the service resource woke up, as soon as service resource is woke up, then he is going to cross-verify his calendar. So in US, every service resource has, there is an iPad. There is an iPad with them. So in the iPad, they are going to cross-verify their calendar. They are going to cross-verify the calendar. So they will first open the calendar. What is the task that I need to do? What is my task that I need to do today? Now that means here, this person is here. This person is on the 30th April. On 30th April, the person service resource will wake up and check for his calendar. Check for the resource calendar. What is the calendar? He will check the calendar, and this calendar will be whatever the task that he needs to do. Whatever the task that he needs to do, he will cross-check everything. In case if there are any questions, the resource will contact back to the service team saying that in my calendar, it shows only 2 tasks. So I'm available for the rest of 2 hours. So is that fine, or do you have any other task? Or else, if there is a task, the task is very far from the location where he is staying. The task is where he has to go to the field level. The field is very far. So he can contact the service resource saying that whatever the task that you have assigned, the location is very far from the place where I'm staying it. It's not available. I cannot reach there by 10:30 a.m. Can you assign that particular task to somebody else? So like that, they will be keep on discussing with the service resource. But once assume that this person is ready to go. Now, once this person is ready to go, now what this person will do, it will call the person. This person will call the person, and then it is the person whoever is there. So it will call the US government person. Now he will ask that whether you are available or not. Whether you are available or not. If you are available, then the person will come. So the person will check everything. Now, if the person is available, then they will go to this particular place. They will go to this particular. So here, the person will go here and cross check whether the house is implemented properly or not. Whether the house is implemented properly or not. If the house is implemented properly, that means how this person is going to cross verify in the iPad, the person will open up the regulations. The person will open up the work order. The person will open up the work order. The person will open up the work order. Whoever is the service resource is there, the particular service resource will open up the work order. And in this work order, what is the task that is assigned? What is the task that is assigned? So everything he will cross verify. Everything he will cross verify. Now here in the work order, we have a work type that is linked to it. Work type that is linked to it. In the work type, we'll have all the regulation that is linked to it. All the regulations that are linked to it. All the regulations that are linked. Now, what are the regulations are there? Now, this person will open the work order. For this work order, these are the regulations which are available. These are the regulations which are available. As per the US government regulations, whether the person has built the house correctly or not, is there any scratches? Is the electricity is passing perfectly or not? Is the electricity is passing perfectly or not? If it is not passing the perfectly, or if house is not built as per the US government, they will reject it. They will reject it. Now they will reject and they will say that you need to reconstruct this or you need to modify certain places. Then once you are done, then call back the service team. So they will do all the things and they will update in the work order. Whatever the output is there, the output will be updated in the work order. So if all the work order is updated, then they will assign back the work order to the service group. They will assign the work order to the service group. Once the work order is assigned to service group is going to follow up with this customer saying that our person has rejected because of these issues. So you need to modify it and contact us. Once you are done with the modification, contact us. So contact us. So then this person will say that this person will say that, okay. Then once after that, if the person is done, then they will contact back to the service resource. And this service resource again assign the person to the go and do the inspection. And this person again will go to the place and do the inspection. And so once the inspection is done, if it is approved, then he will say that work order is closed. If the work order is closed, then ultimately the case gets closed. This is the entire concept. This is the entire concept of FSL. This is the entire concept of FSL. This is FSL concept. Field service lighting. Field service lighting. So if you go in depth, they will be having a different all this will be there. Any questions on this field service lighting? The functionality, any issues? Any issues? Any questions? Okay. Offline? Okay. Now, as part of the FSL, as part of the field service lightning, as part of field service lightning, the objects are involved: work type, work order line item, work order line item, and then you will have a skills requirement or skills, and then you will have a resources assignment resources, which is a service resource, and then you have a service appointment, then you have a service territory, and then you have a service territory member, service territory members, and then operating hours, whether the person is available, how long the person is working in a day, in 6 hours is working or 9 hours operating hours. And then we have a time slot. Then once the time slot is done, time slot is linked to the operating hours. Right, so these are the mainly involved. Apart from this, you have a case, account, contact, then you will have a asset also will be involved, product is also involved, price book also involved, price book entry. These all are involved. So this is as part of the field service lightning. These many objects will be included. So total 17. There are few more will be there. Skill is an object which is nothing but skill requirement. The object is exactly skill requirement. This is also object. Now these are the as part of the field service lightning. Now every object is connected. Every object is connected. Now is everyone done noting down this? Is everyone noted? Okay. Now let's move on. Now that's what service appointment. We just created the service appointment. So once the service appointment is created, so once this work order is created, now this work order has a detail section, right? So service resource will open up the work order and he will check what is the case is linked to it, who is the contact, right? And what is the appointment, when is the appointment is there, and what is the work type that is linked to it, everything you can see. Now here you cannot see work type linked to it. Now whenever we are creating the work order, work type is not linked to it, but in the FSL, work type is linked to it. In FSL, work type is linked. So service appointment is nothing but where we are scheduling the appointment for the person, That means scheduling the time selection, and also which service, what is the contact information, These are the different details we have in the service appointment. Now, any questions in the FSL? Because I'm moving to the admin part. before moving to the admin part, any FSL, whatever we have discussed at the high level, any question. In depth, if you want how these records are connected, how this record data is flowing, everything will be, that is a separate class, that is a separate session, FSL session. Okay, so let's move on to the admin part. Administration. What is the administration? What do you understand administration? I'll explain that later. What is the administration?
Maintenance.
What do you guys understand the administration?
Running the
Management
organization.
duties.
Solving,
Maintaining the project.
Right?
managing all the activities in organization,
Okay.
resolving the tickets and issues.
Ma'am, configuring the required things.
Right. Okay. Process of configuring the Salesforce platform to meet our needs. Okay. So administrator is nothing but a process of managing or maintaining the Salesforce server and its configuration. A process of managing or maintaining the Salesforce server and its configuration is called as the administration. Managing and maintaining the Salesforce server and its configuration is called as the administration. That means a person who manages the organization. A person who manages the organization, specific administration activities. Whatever the admin activities is done by the person is called, or that means whoever is managing the organization is called as the administration. Now there are two types of administration. There are two types of Salesforce administration. The first one is a support administration. The first one is a support administration. Support admin. Usually we call it as a support admin. Second one is a development administration. Second one is development administration, which is a development admin, which is a development admin. So there are two types of Salesforce administrations in the Salesforce. Support administration, in the real time we will say support admin. Development administration, in the real time we will say development admin. That means developer also does the admin activities. Support admin, development admin. Now here, what is the support admin? What is the support admin? Administrator that handle the issues and the queries post deployment. Support admin is basically once you deploy the data, once you deploy the data to the production, once you deploy the data to the production, then the support admin team come and play the issues. So that means, for example, we have a client here. We have a client. This is the client. Now team has implemented it. There is a development team who has implemented it. Development team. This is the development team, and here you have a support admin team. Support admin team. Now development team, once they are done with implementing the project, what they will do, they will deploy the data to the client. They will deploy the data to the client org. That means they push all their code to the client. Once they push, that means once the deployment is done, after the deployment, if there are any issues that are faced by the client, after the deployment, if the client is facing any issues, then what they will do is they raise a case. They raise a case to the, or they raise a ticket. They raise an issue to the team. Now, when they raise the issues, who will be handling that issues? Now that issue should be handled by the support admin team. Support admin team always comes into the place after the post deployment. After the post deployment. So support admin team will come and play the details post deployment. Post deployment. Now, once the data is deployed, then the support admin team will come into the picture. In case if the client is facing any issue, then support admin will come into the picture and they will play the role in order to resolve these client issues. So administrator that handles the issues and queries post deployment. Support admin work on ticket and the issues. Support admin work is ticket and issues. Tickets are nothing but what are the client is facing it. What are the clients are facing the issues? They will raise it as a ticket or they will raise it as a issue. They will raise it as a ticket and they will raise it as a issue. So ticket is nothing but a technical problem. Issues are nothing but a technical problem. Some technical issue. Issue or a ticket where it is a technically there is a problem. That means something is broken. Something is not working. There is some message which is working while performing some functionality. Whenever there is a technical issues are raised by the client, then they will create either ticket or they will raise it as an issue. So whenever the ticket is raised or whenever the issues are raised, the support admin team is going to handle. So how they are going to raise it? They are going to raise it as a Jira. There is a application is called as a Jira. Note down this Jira. In the real time, we will use this Jira and Confluence. These are the different ones. Jira and a Confluence. Jira is, in the Jira, you will have a tickets. In Jira, you will have a tickets or a issues. In Jira, client will raise a issues or a tickets. Confluence is for the documentation. What is the changes that you have implemented? What is the functionality that you have implemented? So Jira is a ticket. In order to work on the ticket, in order to work on the issues, developers or a support admin team always goes to the Jira. These are the application, these are the tools. Different tools. It's not a Salesforce tool, it's a altogether different tool. It's not a Salesforce tools. Jira and a Confluence. Jira is the one where the support admin can log into the Jira and they can cross verify what are the issues, what are the tickets that are raised by the client. Confluence is where you need to document the changes, Now, in the real time, we use a Jira and Confluence. Jira is to work on the issues, to work on the ticket, to work on any development. If I wanted to do, everything will be available in Jira. Confluence is all the documentation from the beginning to till the end. All the documentations will be available in the Confluence. Now, client will have access to this Jira and the conflicts. They will also have access to this because they are going to monitor what we are doing it in the Jira, and once we are done, what kind of a documentation that we have implemented. Now, simple example, when the Salesforce release happens, whenever the Salesforce release happens, along with the release, Salesforce is providing some documentation. What are the changes that are included in the latest release, right? They are doing the documentation and they are giving the documentation to us. Similarly, when we are delivering any project, any product to the end users, we need to document same concept. We need to document, deliver that document to the client so that say client will have a documentation whenever they have an issue, they can refer the documents. These are the daily used tools in the real time. Daily used tools in the real time. Now, type of issues, we have a user-related issues. User-related issues are nothing but password issue. Can you reset a password of user? Access issues, user permission issues, authorization, approval issue. These all are user-related issues. And then we have the application issues. Application issues are nothing but there is something performance issue, application down, functionality issue, email issue, validation issues. These are the different type of issues. And then we have a data related issues. Data related issues are nothing but something you cannot see the data, incomplete data, unable to update the data, cannot store the data, retrieve the data. And the last one is a security related. That means there is some firewalls, virus, malware, or encryption issues. Some security related issues are called as a security. So these are the different type of issues we will receive it from the client. Whenever the client raises an issue, they can raise an issue related to the user related issues. They can raise an issue related to the application issue. They can raise an issue related to the data related issue. They can raise an issue related to the security related issue. That means user can raise any ticket or any issues, could be any type of issues, right? Coding related issues, they can, if the support admin is capable to do that coding, they can do it. Otherwise, they need to pass the ticket to the development. I'm coming to that, so that we will discuss tomorrow. So support admin, whatever they could able to do, something related to data, whatever they could able to perform it, whatever they could able to fix the issue, support admin will do it. In case if they are not able to fix any of this issue, what they will do is they will transfer that ticket to the development admin team. They will transfer the ticket to the development admin team. They will transfer and they will explain what is the issue there. Support admin is a different, service is a different. Support admin is you are supporting the client. Service is when there is some issue, when the report some kind of a issue. Okay, that means repairing, or there is some different type of a service team. Service team is a different, support team is a different. Support team is going to support whatever the functionality they are using it, they are going to support it. Service team is that whenever there is a problem in the Salesforce, or whenever there is a case, whenever the actual customer raise a case, that is the service team. Service team is always client admin team. Support team is a company's team. Now we have a company, client, customer. Company, client, customer. Now, whenever customer raise a issue, whenever this customer raise a issue, they can raise an issue to the client. Customer cannot raise a issue to the development, right? In the company, we have a dev team or a support team. Now, customer cannot raise it to this company. Customer always raise the issue to the case to the client. That means in the client, there is a internal team which is called as a service team. The service team always look at the cases that are raised by the customer. If this service team is able to resolve those issues, they will resolve the issues and they will revert back to the customer. In case they are not able to resolve the issues, so what they will do is they will raise a ticket to the company. Now here, when the ticket is raised, issues, whenever it is raised, then the dev team, support admin team will come into the picture. So both are different. Service team is a different, support team is a different. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let's move on. Now, this issue classification we'll see tomorrow. Now, what administrator handles in real time?
Post-production issues raised by client.
Post-deployment issues or queries or tickets handled by the admin team. What type of issues are handled in Salesforce?
Application issues,
User related issues,
data related issues, security.
security related issues.
Offline. Offline. What are the different type of issues? Application related issues, data related issues, and then configuration. What else we have? Security related. Right. User related issues, application related issues, data related issues, security related issues. Now, how do you classify the issues? I think we have not seen this. Now, these are the trial head links. Complete these trial heads today. And also create single record in each one of them. Homework is create a record. So service resource created one and skills requirement, create a record, skills requirement, created, and then service appointment, created, work order, work type, and also operating hours. These are the create a record in each one of the object. Create a record in each object. in each object. Create a record in each object. Service resource, skills requirement object, operating hours, service appointment, work order, work type. So for these objects, we need create a single record in each object, single record in each object. This is the homework. Any other questions today? Let me stop recording.